Hello, everybody. I'm Donna from Purple Pinky Promises. Welcome. If you are here catching the replay, you might want to fast forward just a little bit because I'm here early and I'm waiting for people to hop on. So if you're here, let me know in the chat that you are here. And once we get some people on here, I will get started. Anybody here yet? I'm usually late. This is unusual. 2 weeks in a row, I'm early. Very unusual. I am zoomed in too much. I think I want to go back out. There we go. Just a little. There we go. That's over. Sometimes that glare. I'll just pull that up. Wait. Hello, hello. Anybody out there? We're going to do some more stenciling and inking, and tonight is another beach theme, and I'm excited because it's something just a little bit different than what we did last week, and I have a little announcement with it. So I'm waiting for people to actually hop on so I can do that. It's been a very rainy week. We have nearly built a boat here in our shop. It's an old building, and a flat roof. So those two things don't really go together so well. So we've had puddles here in the store I'm just so grateful and thankful that God downloaded the wisdom in me to put my racks on wheels so that things could move around and be adjusted accordingly. So, hi, Lindy. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I am going to be featuring Miss Lindy here tonight. She's going to be blushing in a minute. So, since you're here, Lindy, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. I am going to actually be creating an ATC tonight. I'm not going to really talk to you much about ATCs other than the size and maybe just a little bit of detail, but not like the in-depth detail about where and how they got started. You all can Google all that stuff. Yeah, the leaky roof is a big bummer. I love this building so much, though. I do. I really love it, but it comes with its little quirks. So, old people leak too. So anyway, old buildings, old people, hey, what's the difference? So, I am going to talk to you, about artist trading cards, and I'm actually going to start out by showing you how I store my ATC cards. So I have this really special person named Lindy, and she and I for many, many, many years did trade. We traded with our ATCs, and I've done ATC trades with other people too. But for many years, we would take turns picking a theme and creating some ATCs. But look at this. This is my all-time favorite little ATC that she created. This theme was back to school. And so she created this little ABC book. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. It's very meaningful. It has a lot of meaning to it because we've known each other for so long, and she's such a great listener, and she remembers details of people's lives. She's amazing. She's an awesome friend. So she knew that my grandmother always bought me an ATC book whenever we would go out. When I would go visit my grandmother, stay all night, we'd go out to wherever. She'd buy me a golden book, and she would write a little message in the golden book for me and date it and all of that. And she also used all of the letters and initials for the beginning of our my family, my kids, my husband, and I, our first names, and then our last name. So we have two J's. So how cute is that? And then she created this little interactive book for this little ATC. So the one thing I'm going to talk about is how ATCs can be simple tonight. It's going to be on the more simple level, but they can also be very detailed and intricate and very fancy. So these are some ATCs that I've exchanged with Lindy. And on the back of them, there's typically information about that ATC card. I'm going to go through that here in just a minute with you. But yeah. So, gosh, I may have to block out some of that on there. Lindy, I'm so sorry if I hope I blocked that. Anyway, so this is, these are ATCs. And I repurposed like a little Velveeta box. So here's the top. It's kind of stuck in there because I did use, what do you call it? Mod Podge, and I think it might be stuck back on there. But I just stuck the lid underneath. I did repurpose the whole box with my favorite paper, and now my ATCs fit in here, and they fit in here nicely. You could do another one, but they look so pretty sitting in your craft room. So I just, clip mine. I made this special little clip out of some paper, and I just tuck this down in here like so. And I can feature that month's ATC or my favorite ATC or whatever with it. It's just a clothespin, and it was redecorated. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is kind of talk to you about the backside. You can put your title. So I will have a title tonight for my ATC that I'm creating, and your name, the date that you made it, the theme, and maybe perhaps what event you are trading it for, or what group, the name of the group that you're trading your ATC for. ATC stands for Artist Trading Card, of course. Your email information can go on there so that the person can email you and tell you how much they loved it, or ask about what kind of products were used on it, and so forth. If you've made more than one, you can say this is number one out of however many you've made. And if you're in a group and you're trading, you can say this is number whatever. The first one would be number one that your group decides to trade, and then number 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth. Okay, so I did talk to you a little bit about ATCs, and we are actually going to start an artist trading group and if you are interested, there's an email that's going to go out at the beginning of next week. So what I'm wanting you to do is think about it. Think about if you'd like to, if you're interested and you want to, there's no cost for the ATC exchange at all. Lori here is going to help me organize that here at the shop. And you can, if you're local, you can bring your ATC card into the shop for it to go out. This is for anybody in the United States. So if you are here and you want to participate, anyone can participate. You don't have to be local to do that. So if you'd like to participate, please go to my website, purplepinkypromises.com, and subscribe. Go to the bottom and subscribe. Put your email in, and you're going to get that email from us at the beginning of next week, and it will have the details on how to get involved with that exchange. There will also be some other information in that email that you probably would be interested in, especially if you're local. Which brings me to the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about, which is the shop hop. And I know we're a long way out, but you know, as shop owners are trying to get prepared for this, and it takes a while. It's a lot of work to do a shop hop, a lot of work. And so we want to make sure that we're ready for you when you do come. And we are not selling passports this year. We're actually selling a birthday bash map. And so the theme is birthday for our shop hop this year. And it is September 24th through the 27th, which is a Wednesday through a Saturday. And we are selling maps, and we're only selling them for $1. And the reason we're selling the maps is because we kind of like to collect and get an idea of how many people are actually going to be participating. So the $1 map that you purchase is your commitment to coming to the shop hop. We'll have, so that way we can know how many charms to buy, because we're going to have some fun little charms to hand out. That $1 does not cover the charm, and it does not cover the make and take, but we need to know how many make and takes to prepare, how many charms to buy, and so on and so forth. So that the $1 just covers the cost of printing the map, and that's it. So if you're interested in getting a shop hop pass, come on into the shop. It has to be cash, $1, because I'm not paying credit card fees on $1. Anyway, so $1 for your map, and we will put your name down, and we will get you. You will be guaranteed. We will hold back and make sure that there is enough charms, make and takes, and so on and so forth for the people who actually purchased a map. That's really what we want. Yet that guarantees that you have the ability to pay for a make and take and pay for a charm. So if you so choose to. All right. Thank you for that, listening to me ramble about that. The last thing, I've got my little cheat sheet here. The last thing I do want to talk to you about is that we will have the new Waffle Flower release, which was released today. We have backtracked, and we have picked up since the last time we picked up, which was quite a bit. So we have a very large haul coming into the shop from Waffle Flower. It's huge. And so I'm still programming. There's so much that it has taken me all week to work on this. And so we still have to price and weigh and all that good stuff. So it might be ready Saturday. I don't know. It might not be ready until next week. So just letting you know, we will have the new Waffle Flower products here in the store. All right, that's it. Now let's go. Let's do this. I have picked out some really fun products today. So the artist trading card that I'm doing is a beach theme. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you and announce right now that our first ATC you will need to mail in by, at least get it in the mail by June the 30th. And it will be a beach theme. And so that's why I'm doing a beach themed ATC, to kind of get your thoughts are rolling and ideas crawling for that. So what I have picked up here is I have picked up the seafoam stencil from Waffle Flower. I will be using this. I will also be using the beach umbrella die and stencil. And I will be using the Inquisitive Seagull stamp set. That's for the sand. And I am going to put a little sentiment on it. The Seize the Day is what I'm going to use from Lawn Fawn. This is called On the Beach, as a matter of fact. And we no longer have this in the shop, and so I toyed about whether or not I should use it, because some people get frustrated when they can't purchase things that they really like. But You can find orangey yellow glitter cardstock just about anywhere. I mean, I'm sure some of you would probably have this stuff in your stash. So this is the Memory Box Shimmering Cardstock Graceful Garden Glitter Pad, and I have picked that from this package here. So I won't be listing that in the description because we don't carry it. And then last but not least, these dewdrops from Concord 9th. I thought this would be perfect for umbrella tops. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to work. And I am gonna start out, set that there. Hopefully I don't forget about my ATC backer. I'm gonna start out with stenciling. And I'm gonna take one, so the size of my ATC, of course, is 2.5 this way and 3.5 this way. You can actually turn it sideways and you can do a sideways ATC if you wanted to. We're gonna do ours, the portrait style instead of landscape. I have got 2 pieces of cardstock that I'm gonna actually be inking on and stenciling on. They both measure 2¼ by 3¼ This actually measures the 2.5 by 3.5 here. So does my Artist Trading card backer. All right, I have also pre-cut my little umbrella top, and I'll talk to you about that here in just a minute. But first, we're gonna start with the base of this. And I am gonna zoom in just so you can see better. So first, we're gonna start with this seafoam stencil. I'm gonna get my mat out here. And we're gonna start inking. So the color that I've chosen for my water is Catherine Pooler Cummerbund. And I'm gonna take my stencil and I'm gonna ink up the whole thing, but I'm not gonna use the whole thing. You'll see what I'm gonna do here. This idea came from a sample at Waffle Flower. What I'm about to do is I'm gonna probably try to find that's kind of big. So I'm gonna yeah, this is good. This will work. I wanted the smallest portion. I do want it to cover the whole thing though. I want it to go all the way to the edge. So I need to get that lined up in there. I don't want any white weird edges. So I might just kind of take it outside the edge just a little so I don't have any weird white edges. Okay. And what I mean by that is I want a gap or at least line it up exactly right up there. So I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just gonna ink this up, and I've already got ink on me. Woohoo, here we go. Inky, inky galore. I think last week I had so much blue. Was it last week that I had blue all over my hands? And I'm just gonna do this whole thing. It gives me a little bit more freedom. Gosh, this reminds me of the beach in Florida. The first time I'd ever gone to the beach was actually in California, but I did catch the Florida bug. I do like my Florida beach a whole lot better. Sorry for those of you who live in California. My son and his family used to live in Florida, so they no longer do, but they, when they lived in Florida, I loved those beaches. But my first time in Florida was to Pensacola, and their beaches are beautiful, beautiful beaches in Pensacola. The water is just this beautiful blue, and the sand is so white. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Voila, isn't that pretty? So pretty. I didn't realize I was so far over. All right, I'm gonna pick this up, move this aside. And now, and I need to clean off, because otherwise our sand is gonna have turn a weird color, even though it's brown. And last week I discovered that cashmere is a perfect color for sand. So we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna do some cashmere for our sand. And I need a towel, wipe that down. Okay. Well, I didn't wipe that very good, did I? It's still wet. So sitting that down, I'm just going to ink up with some cashmere. Then I'm going to stamp. I don't know if I have a big enough stamp to hook that up, so I may have to put my stamp in the stamp wheel because I don't have a block big enough here in my cart. So here we go. And I'm going to go up most of the way with this. And I think that's probably good enough. Where's my umbrella? My umbrella is going to go right down here, kind of at the, here at the bottom, kind of like that. And that's it. We're doing a pretty simple ATC, nothing extravagant like Lindy. She's extravagant. So that's good. All right. Now I'm going to stamp. Here I go. And go over the hands. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. I'm going to use some Sandcastle. Gosh, look at that, you guys. Isn't that a beautiful color for sand? It's just beautiful. I love it. It's the perfect color. Let's clean this off. And let's see. Stamp wheel out. Ruh-roh. Another old building issue. It sounds like coming around here. Oh boy. I'm telling you guys. Oh my goodness. I did not like that sound. But it's an easy fix. Not a big deal. All right, I am laying, this is from Inquisitive Seagulls, I believe, the stamp set. And I love these because they're seagulls. And my favorite part is the mine from Finding Nemo. It's so great. All right. So I'm gonna start here, and I'll probably peel this off and take it up. No, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I probably won't even need sand on the corner here if I cover. We'll just do the best we can. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp my sand. And I could probably figure it out. I'm gonna just do this on the whole thing here. This is Sandcastle. Speaking of the beach. Sounds like I'm gonna need to do some plumbing in there. Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's fun. Sorry if it's too close up for you. I may take this down a notch. I'm gonna clean this off and take it down a notch to see if I can catch that. At an angle. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's try. Let's do that. Pick up that stamp and stamp that. Ah, where is it? Hold on, I didn't pay attention. So it is right in that corner right here. Just kind of had to follow it with my eye. And we'll just kind of stamp it like so. Where are you? I stamped it in the wrong place. You guys. All right, I thought I followed it. It needs to be over here. I've had one of those days when we were printing out the maps, the birthday bash maps. My brain just got twisted every which direction. Okay. See, I did it again, you guys. I don't know what's happening here. So guess what we're doing? We're just gonna do this. Maybe we'll cut it. We caught it. It's done. It's good. Maybe. I think I need to stamp it again. It's good enough. Get it out of here. I don't know what's wrong with me today. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I have my beach kind of here, and I am going to take this and I'm going to tear it off at an angle. So hopefully I can tear it. I'm going to tear it down far enough so it's kind of like a white foam. So, and I may have to tear off some more. I think I do need to tear off some more. So I'm going to tear this off. There we go. And then our umbrella can go like right here. Maybe tear it just a little more. I'm tearing it towards me so that I can get that white. Yeah, that's good. Get my lid. Okay. I still want more, but I don't want to go up any further. I think that's fine. I can stop being picky now. And it's okay if my umbrella actually goes up into the water just a little bit, kind of like so. But I kind of wanted it down here, so I may just bring it up a smidgen, not much. Okay. Then I was going to stamp this, and I'm going to stamp it. I am going to stamp it in, I'm going to stamp it down here. I'm going to stamp it in just black. So I do need my stamp wheel back. Let's see if I can figure out how to use it properly. It is always something, I'm telling you. I've kind of felt like I just kind of feel out of it lately. I feel like I've had everything come at me I just had a thought. I could put my umbrella over here and then do seize the day kind of like that. That's kind of interesting. And I kind of like that. Seize the day. And maybe my umbrella kind of like so. although I like the white tear there, but my thought was to put it here and then bring my umbrella over here. So I think I might, I don't know. I am gonna let you guys decide. I really am gonna let you decide. You all tell me, do you like it at the bottom left or along the right edge? Bottom left or right edge? My umbrella would kind of come over here, so, kind of like so. I kind of like that. Not gonna lie. What do you think? And I have to be patient and give you the time to answer. Sometimes I think people don't want to answer because I always jump in and just make a decision because I'm not patient to wait, and I'm so sorry. It's overrated. What's overrated? I forgot what you were talking about. Sorry, Kelly. What did I do? There it is. Lindy says, nope, I refuse to answer. It's my fault. It's totally my fault. 100%. That's awesome. Well, Callie, you're the only other person that's on here. Should I do it over to the right edge or at the bottom left? Which one? Bottom left. Bottom left it is. Okay, we're doing it at the bottom left. So, and I probably, we'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna pop this here. Let's see if I can get it straight. I'm gonna have to bring it to me. All right, let's get our black ink a-rolling. I like this little I like this sentiment, seize the day. This is cool. I like quippy things. That's fun. And that looks good to me. I like it. Okay. Now we're done stamping. Now we're going to stencil our umbrella. And if I do want to kind of show you something with that. So we'll pop these over here to the side. And so this stencil, Waffle Flower created with this little arrow right up here at the top. And on the die, there's just on each of those umbrella dies, and I'm going to show you. And I'm going to line them up with what they have here. So I'm going to pop this to the top, showing where those are so you can see. Now, personally, I am just going to be honest. I think it was a little bit confusing that they put the divot in the die. The die, you know, when you cut it, the divot doesn't come out on the paper, okay? But the stencil or the pattern for this, these little umbrellas are not symmetrical. So you do need to pay attention to this. It is important because, and you'll see here, when I'm stenciling it, you want your edges to come right along the edge of each of your points. And if you don't line it up properly, they're not going to line up that way. You're going to have a wonky looking umbrella. Now, how in the world am I supposed to know just by looking at this, which is the one that lines up right here. I mean, there's no way for me to know. So I'm just being honest with you that I had to create a little bit of my own workaround, because when I researched this, I didn't see anything about how in the world do you figure out which end lines up to that arrow. And maybe somebody else has seen something different. I couldn't find anything. So what I did when I die cut this, I put it, made sure I kept it in the die, and I flipped it over, and the part that had the divot, I made a little pencil mark so that I would know that's where the divot was, and that's the one that needs to line up with this little edge here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this down, knowing that this is my top, okay? Because I've marked it here. See that I pencil marked it. And I'm just gonna set it down knowing that that's my top. And now I can just kind of go eyeball the center of my umbrella, but I'm gonna line that up straight with that edge where that little arrow goes. And that looks pretty good to me. Now all of my edges need to line up. Hold on, folks. All my edges need to line up. I'm just kind of looking at all of these and making sure they're all lined up. And I'm in the center, as centered as possible. Now this one looks like it should come over. So hold on here, I may not have been centered. So that's the bad thing about this mat, it gets so sticky. And I think we have it. We have it now. Okay. Now remember last week, I learned a little lesson about using that tape. So I am going to try to mask off using cardstock instead. This one is a good absorbent cardstock. So I can set this down here, and it's gonna stick because there's my mat. And this is gonna stick because it's sticking to the mat. So there we have it. So the first color I've picked out, we're just gonna go with In the Park. And I have a brush for that. And so I've picked some, these are not the same colors that I used last week, but I picked some beach colors, and I need to move that so I can go completely to that edge. And there it is. Super easy. I wanted different colors. I didn't want the same. So I am gonna kind of wipe this down just so I don't get ink. And that could have been some of my problem last week, is that I didn't wipe off my stencil. Bingo. All right, so let's mask off this one. And now we're gonna mask off these two. Oops, we need to catch. There we go. And I want it to catch these two right here. All right, next color. Where did all my colors go? I thought I had, oh. Let's see, I think I was planning on using a blue also. Okay, we'll use some more. We'll use cummerbund. I might go on a little light since we have it in the water, and I'll turn that blue away. This, I may just have to hold this, you guys. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, we didn't go all the way. I gotta get that in there. Stop it. Talking to my crafts again. Oh well, I think that's good enough. And next one is, let's go with this. Let's try this one. Yeah, so we've got In the Park, Cummerbund. I'm gonna do Tiki Torch. That's a fun orange. Very bright. No doubt. Oop, there's something on there. And saving the tape too. Yep, there it goes. Whatever that was. And now we're gonna go with Samba. Kind of a reddish, it's a core in the coral family. Okay. I've got, see, that cardstock absorbed it, so we didn't get any ugly brown on there. So now let's go here with this, and then we'll just go here with this, and we should be good to go. So some Samba. I do want it kind of dark and bright. Pretty. Okay, there is our umbrella. And now we're gonna get there's also a center, and I don't know, what color do I want the center to be? Oh, I should go pick another color for the center, shouldn't I? What color should we do? We need another color for that. So I think I'm gonna go grab a color. Let's get this ready though. I don't know, we'll see what we come up with. So there's this little centerpiece that you can use, oops, for the stencil. We also need to be careful with our umbrella. I'm trying not to get my head underneath the camera. Just trying to look and see what I've got going. And I think that's good enough. All right, I'm gonna come back with a different color. I'll be right back. Decisions. And just for a little center of my umbrella. How funny is that? Okay, so we're going with Uptown. Catherine Pooler, Uptown. Uptown girl. Okay, let's see. Let's clean a little. I know myself. I don't trust myself. And we need to mask. So this is where I'm going to use the tape. So I'm going to make sure I mask that. And I mask off this. All right. It's a teeny weeny little spot. Bingo. Very dark. It's cute. And there we go. Now it kind of stands apart. Oh, look at that. Once again, ink on the fingers. Bingo. All right, so, and this was the reason I had pulled out the dewdrops, because I wanted to take a dewdrop and put it over that for kind of like the top of the umbrella. Thought that would be fun. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to get to that ASAP. Okay. Here we go. Take this off. Now we're ready for assembly. And I think I had one more thing I needed to do, is I was going to hand stamp along this edge, because when I cut this out, so I printed it centered on, I'll just show you what I did. I just printed out my own. I have a stamp for this, but if you don't have a stamp, you can just print out your own. Just center it, cut it out to size. I cut it down to 2.5 by 3.5, and I didn't cut it, you know, perfect. So now I just have this idea that I thought, oh, it'd be cute to put these little sunglasses from the on the beach, L'Enfant on the beach. So I just thought, how cute would that be? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop these on here and just kind of do these little cute little sunglasses and kind of turn them every which way. Put them closer together because I think I may not have enough room to, and I probably will go off the edge. Where'd my, there's my ink. So here we are. So I'm just gonna take these cute little sunglasses. I'm gonna just make a cute little border with this. Turn it this way. I don't know if you can tell that they're sunglasses. But they're cute and it's fun. You could even put a little bit of epoxy on there if you wanted to. Completely, oh, let's try to, I'm trying to stamp away from me and I can't see what I'm doing. So let me try to line that back up. It's not gonna be perfect, but oh well. There it is. Cute. All right. That's the back. Set that aside. I said epoxy. What I meant was some kind of like Nouveau drops or some, what is that stuff that Ranger makes? Can't remember what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Glossy accents. Okay, let's glue this down. Glossy accents would be really cute on that. So then you could kind of see what that really is. And so I kind of wanted to tell you about the title. So the title would be different from, so the theme is beach, and the title is based on your card. What do you want to title it? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just title mine Seize the Day, because that's the sentiment that I popped on there. That will be the title of my ATC. So let's put this here together. And here we go. Now I'm going to put this right on here. So I thought that would be fun. It's kind of like sunshine all the way around the edges. And easy enough. Fun, cute, easy. I saw some really cute ATC cards when we did our crop a few weeks ago. Some of you people are just fancy schmancy. And I love it. I love all the creativity that comes from something like this. So why would you be interested in doing something like this? And I meant to pull out that card. Lindy had an ATC that she sent me, and I wish I had pulled that card out. Darn. I created a card based off of her ATC. It was like a complete, almost a complete exact replica of her ATC. It was super cool. It was a fall themed. There were pumpkins. It was a nighttime. Trying to get this to adhere. This glitter is not having it. I just need to hold that. Okay, let's pop on. I'm just gonna put a little glue here. Keep forgetting I'm way up there. Let's find our dewdrop. Size it up. I think maybe this big one will be the right size for it. Yep, that works. So, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry, folks. Can't remember. Oh well. Just cut off some of this. Fun, so fun. I think I moved it. There we go. I'll let you see what that looks like. Really cute. The gurgling bathroom has got me distracted. There's that. And I think I'm going to kind of curl it down just a little. Just to kind of give it a little bit of interest and dimension. peel this off and get this completed. And I turn this because I wanted the blue. I didn't want the blue to be there close to the blue. So I think bring it up a little. Nope. There, that's where it's gonna fall. Yay! How fun, how cute is that? There it is, all the glitter. Has a little, I could have popped that up just a little bit more. And maybe if I were to do it again, I probably would give it a little more dimension. But if you're mailing these, I mean, this already has dimension on it, so you gotta be mindful of that. And that's gonna go out in the email, the details. I remember you making that card. Yes, that was so fun. I know it's here. I have it here actually. So I meant to bring it out and kind of show the two. It was just almost a mirror of it. So I know what I was talking about. I was talking about how these can be used to give you an idea on a card. So like I have all of these ATCs in here. And if I'm just having a day where I can't really seem to be very creative, I could take one of these absolutely gorgeous ATCs and just come up with an idea. This is a great one to come up with an idea for a card, like a Christmas card. Oh, thank you, Lindy. Let's see. Here's the card here's what I was talking about. This was the one that Lindy made, and I made a whole card based off of this. It was really, really cute. So yeah, I mean, if you just find yourself you feel stuck, this is a good one. This would be a good idea for a card too. So you just kind of feel stuck and needed something to kind of charge your creativity. ATCs are great. They don't take up a lot of room in your craft room for storage. You could put them in a little notebook in those little pocket. You could have a little pocket page book to store them in. And how cute would that be? Just to kind of thumb through them. Or you can do this, kind of a little box, just decorate a box. And then it's actually cute decor in your craft room. So there it is. And make sure that before next week starts, you get subscribed. If you're not subscribed, if you're interested in joining our little ATC group, we will definitely include you. I will have all the rules, not rules, but the basically their guidelines. So anyhow, all right, guys. I hope you have a great evening. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I wanted to do a simple ATC so that you could see how absolutely easy this is. And it doesn't have to be complicated at all. You could even just use all paper. Like I could have die cut this umbrella out of paper. This could be paper. This could be paper. And you could go that direction too. You don't have to do all of the stenciling or anything like that. So be creative with it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Anyway, all right. Take care, guys. And yes, Kelly, I will see you tomorrow. I got a mess to clean up and I got to set up for class. Take care, guys. I don't know if I will get this posted. I usually try to do it the same night. I might not get this posted until it might be Saturday evening. No, because we have a crop here Saturday, 10 to 10. It actually might be like Monday before I can actually get the details posted. So anyway, but I do walk through all the products. So if you're interested in any of those products, jot them down, go to our website, and you can put it in the search bar. Okay, take care, guys. Bye-bye.